Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to America's most beloved Firehouse Morning Show. A cup of Joe and some Fuego.
Oh my God!
And that's right, former producer Pete. Welcome back to A Cup of Joe and some Fuego. It's that fast-moving interactive show that brings the Firehouse community together. So keep sending your stuff into KUBESPODCAST at gmail.com, and we can show the whole community. We can show your firehouse, your shift, your kitchen table, anything you got to show from the fire service. We will put it in here. I love it. Okay, guys, so let's find out what's going on in the world of firefighting. This date, 3/12/2025, and we're going to our first picture, which is from Ron Zoni. We love him in the chat all the time. Former Lieutenant FDNY, former firefighter Ladder 107. He says this in. It says, I am an athletic supporter. You sure are, bro, in more ways than one. Look at that guy. He's a cool dude. FDNY football with his little pooch. He didn't say what the name of the dog was, but he is an athletic supporter. Fantastic. Okay, so the next one, it says right here, it says, off of most recent Michigan road trip for upcoming Cup of Joe. This is a former Ann Arbor, Michigan fire headquarters. Current fire headquarters is connected to the former, but is supremely ugly. Yes, it looks like the one on the left looks nothing like a headquarters. It looks like nothing like a firehouse, but that's a beautiful building. That comes from Jim Sullivan, Facebook group, Former and Classic Firehouses, formerfirehouses.com. Get over there to see Jimmy's stuff. Or watch it on our show because I love putting it up. Jimmy Sullivan. Okay, so we're going. I told you this is a show that reaches around the world. So it says here, on the moment of writing you, there is a huge blaze in Arnhem, the Netherlands, that started in a shop. Pictures are not mine, but they are from press agency Purse Bureau, Height Inc. Please include that. Yes, okay. And the next text comes from the website from Omroep Gelderland News website. Arnhem, Arnhem, Arnhem. That's in the Netherlands, I would imagine. Last night, another large fire broke out in Arnhem. The fire started at a solo shop in the Janstraat in the center of the city. But it has now spread to several historic shops and homes. More than 150 firefighters are fighting the fire, which has also released asbestos. No bueno. In a historic building, which is why we have scaled up largely, says Renee Bierman, spokesman for the Gelderland Fire Region, several retail properties and housing block can be considered lost. The first report of the fire came into the emergency services around 3:45 last night. There are more than 150 firefighters on the site fighting the fire. That looks like a big one. You ain't kidding, bro. The spokesman can therefore not yet say how the residents of the buildings are doing and whether all residents are outside. Because of the large amount of smoke, an NL alert has been sent out. The fire brigade is asking people in the center of Arnhem to close windows and doors and turn off the ventilation. There was also a call to give emergency services space. Many emergency services on the scene. A police helicopter flies above the site of the fire and evacuates the city center. People in the area are called upon to leave their homes. As a precaution, a trauma helicopter also arrived at the scene. The center ring around Arnhem City Center will also be closed. Traffic in the direction of Arnhem is pointed out by signs along the road. The emergency services have declared a GRIP 2 situation. Anybody knows what that is? GRIP/2 situation. Oh, it tells you right here. This means that various emergency services at the scene of the fire work together, and emergency services from far beyond Arnhem are also called to fight the fire. Greetings, Angelique Vermeulen from the Netherlands. Well, thank you for sending these in. I told you we have a long reach, bro. Those are the brothers in the Netherlands doing it. Don't matter where you are. The fire's still red. The fire's still hot. The fire's still smoky. And that's why this community is amazing. We are all around the world. Okay, coming in next, we have Delaware County, PA, an unusual incident from Lou Upright. Yeah, I would say that's a little unusual. That looks like some kind of commuter train. An unusual incident in Delaware County, PA. And here we go. We're going to, this is a good one, man. City of Oswego, New York. C Group, I guess C Group, around 2016 from Dave McCullough. I told you guys, man, get your shift on here. Let's see whose shift is better, who's going to more work. Get some pride where you're going. All right, so this next one is a little personal one of mine. I always told you guys that I grew up around the firehouse kitchen table, for better or for worse. My two brothers, my father, and my uncle were firefighters. So this is the table. I tracked down the lady who had it, and she sent me a picture. This is the table. All 9 of us, I had 6 brothers and sisters, and me and my mom and dad sat around this giant table. Can you imagine? It's a lot bigger in person, actually, but 9 people sitting around that table, firehouse kitchen table style. And I guess that's what gave me my thick skin, because I was getting that at a young age. Okay. All right, so it's time for what happened on this date in fire history. Unfortunately, it's a line of duty death. So on 3/12/87 in Detroit, Michigan, 3 firefighters died and 10 others were injured battling a deliberately set 5-alarm fire that involved 2 separate warehouse buildings. The fire was started in an abandoned 3-story building with heavy fuel load and extended to an adjoining occupied paper and supply company. Oh, that's not good. Paper and supply company. Yeah, man, that's a barn burner. A firefighter was killed and other members were injured in the building of the fire origin after a flashover conditions forced the initial crew to retreat from the 3rd floor. 2 firefighters died in the adjacent structure when a firewall collapsed while attempting to limit the fire extension. They were killed while operating at a fire in a vacant 4-story warehouse filled with oil-soaked rags from the former occupant. On arrival, firefighters found 3 fires involving baled rags on the top floor of the structure. As none of the fires appeared to be serious, they began to advance lines via interior stairway. Suddenly, an explosive fireball erupted, sweeping across the ceiling and over firefighters as they ran for the exits. About 3 hours after the first firefighter's death, 2 firefighters were working on the 3rd floor of the paper firm when the wall of the burning vacant warehouse next door suddenly collapsed through the roof, carrying them down to the 1st floor and burying them under tons of rubble. By the time their rescuers reached them, 90 minutes later, they ran out of air and died of smoke inhalation. A 3rd firefighter, who was also trapped, was rescued. Man, what a shame. And these are the brothers we lost on that date. Always doing it, man. Guys are always doing it, putting themselves in harm's way for the community and the people that they serve. God bless, brothers. Rest in peace. That is on this day in fire history. All right, guys, let's go to the videos. We'll move through them quick. I know you guys are busy. You're waiting to start your day, but nothing like starting it with a couple of jobs. Some Fuego. All right, so the first one is Patterson, New Jersey. My boy Ziggy is there. He's the captain of Rescue 6 or Squad 6. Patterson Fire Department at a 3rd alarm fire, 64 Washington Street, Oregon.
Attention, Engine 4, Engine 7, Squad 6, Engine 1, Ladder 2, 1, Rescue 2, Battalion 30, 1, RAC Unit, and the fire investigator. You're responding number 64 Washington Street, across the fair and Broadway for the structure fire. Dispatch time is 2346, dispatcher number 38. Battalion 3. Battalion 3, you're responding number 6. Street across the fair and Broadway for the structure fire.
How many times am I going to do this? I'm going to smack myself in the head for crying out loud. I do this constantly. I leave the last picture up. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Kubes is cuckoo, cuckoo. All right, the next one is Lower Allen Township, 1600 block of Fox Hollow Road, a second alarm house fire. There you go. All right, guys. So listen, I'm not too familiar with this, but I've heard this, research in this show. That horn, that loud horn that goes off for a while. Does that mean everybody out? Because it looks like the guy that came out was a little shaken up. It looks like something was going on there through the door. You could see, I don't know if it was a backdraft or a partial collapse or whatever it was. And then it was sounded with the horn. So I've heard that a couple times. Maybe you guys in the chat can let me know what that is. I'm almost sure because it looks like they went exterior after that. That is to clear the building signal. And somebody in the rig do that? Who makes that call? Let me know. Let's interact. Let's go back and forth. Let's shoot the breeze. All right, so this last one's pretty cool. Wichita Fire Company 15, first due with heavy fire showing Jason Nelson. That's awesome. You know what I love the best, man? When the guy says, "You ready?" Yep, let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll, bro, because we love. What a better position is that, being on the pipe with a job like that, man? Doesn't get any better than that. And that, my friends, is it for another Cup of Joe and some Fuego episode. Please send in your stuff, KUBESPODCAST@gmail.com. And do me a favor. People ask me in the email, I'm a girl, Cindy Drake, love her. What can we do to help support? Just share it. Send it to a friend and ask them to share it. Let's grow this community, man. You want to see yourself up there? You want to see your boys up there, your girls up there? You want to see your departments, your rigs, your kitchen tables, whatever it is. Come on. Let's get it up there. Let's continue to grow this community. Like I just showed you, all around the world, all the way out in the Netherlands. So let's do it. All right, guys. Be safe. God bless. Love you guys. Have a great day.